This is the Thayer Podcast for Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. This week has seen the greatest turnout of early voting in American political history. Midweek, some 60% of Georgia's registered voters had already turned in their ballots. Nationwide, estimates had early balloting at just over 40%. Postal Service has been handling increasing amounts of mail-in ballots, and it was reported earlier this week that federal courts have ruled that ballots that show up as much as 3 days late, even without postmarks, must still be counted. Arizona, where I live, requires that all ballots be received no later than 7 p.m. on Election Day. Traditionally, the U.S. Post Office has done a yeoman's job of making that happen nationwide, not just in Arizona. One thing worries me about this time around: long lines and not enough voting booths at the polls. I say this because early voting is skewing turnout estimates, and lengthy ballots this election cycle are increasing the amount of time folks must spend filling them out. Maricopa County in Arizona could turn out to be a microcosm of America when it comes to delays at the polls. Based on faulty estimates of the time it takes to fill out the ballot, Maricopa County officials decided it would take an average voter just 2 minutes to do the job. In fact, it takes at least 5. As a result, there will be about half the number of booths allocated for the polls this year as needed, doubling the wait time, and thus the length of lines at the polls, at least in Maricopa County. Let me say that Democrats have been remarkably successful at early voting and ballot harvesting in the past. Early voting just sort of came with the territory. Republicans, on the other hand, have traditionally voted at the polls for a number of reasons. Among them, it's just fine to ignore the old adage, never put off till tomorrow, which you can do today. Another is the opportunity to circulate and visit with old friends not seen except at the polls for many years. It's a social event for many Republicans. This time out, however, the Republicans are showing they got the message. At this point, it's hard to guess the effects independents will have at the polls. One thing's for certain: independents are going to make the difference in the outcome, however long the wait. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Semper Fi.